It's just a video about a Chinese ES-335 kit I bought off eBay. I really made this video for my brother because I've done a guitar for my brother at Christmas, and it was pretty good. This was a different kit. It looked like from a different factory. So I ordered it. It was cheap, very cheap. So came within, it came in 8 days. So and I might make a series of videos about how I built it. We'll see if anybody watches this and has any interest. You could just let me know. I could show the build process, I guess. So I'm opening a package here anyway. It came in all these packages, as you can see. Very strange. So this is the tuning keys. I bought those separately. They're like a vintage style lock and key. I've used them before. They're good. They're cheap enough, but they're good. So, and that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to make a perfect, super expensive, super posh guitar. Just opening the neck box here. Yeah, it all came in these different packages. I don't know why. It's very strange. So, we'll open it up and see. You'll know straight away. As soon as you see the neck, the fretwork and so on, you know if it's any good or not. It can be rough enough, but if you have the basics there in a decent amount of shape, you can just fix it, work around it. You can do your fretwork, you can sand wood, you can do all these things. Hello. So, polystyrene ever, junk everywhere, wrecking the planet. Okay. And this tells you everything you need to know. As soon as you see the woodwork on this, you've got a fair idea of what you're getting. So, it looks okay. That might be a rosewood, I'm not sure. It's quite close grained. It might be, I'm not sure what it is, maybe it's stain, something dyed. Fret ends are rough, very rough frets along the edges. The nut's okay, it's plastic, but around right in here under the nut, I can see there's some little chips out. Headstock's pretty good. Yeah, it seems good. It's a maple neck, and it has the binding, and the shaping looks pretty good. Some of the corners and edges along here are sort of a little bit dented, but I'm not that fussed on this. I just want to make it pretty good, and I'll just sand and fix whatever I can with it, But it's quite a thick profile, it's not too bad. Inlays are alright. It's alright. It'll scrub up well. We'll make a good guitar out of it. I'm going to put little rods in these, fill these holes out. I'm going to re-drill them to fit the old vintage style tuners. They should give it more stability as well, Yeah, and these are okay. Everything's flat, a little bit out there, a little bit lopsided, but again, I'm not that fussy. It'll all scrub up okay. Yeah. That's a maple neck. Some of them are mahogany. I wanted mahogany, but that's what came, so I'm going to work with it, So more packaging, more tape, more boxes. This is the hardware that came with it, so it's really, you can't have high hopes. When you open it, you'll see lots of shaky, shoddy wiring and everything a little bit cheap. So with first thing, the pickups are, you can sort of tell with pickups whenever you look at the back. If you look at the wax potting and the condition of them and the weight of them as well, it gives you a rough idea of what you're getting. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean they'll be bad, but they're probably not anything particularly special. I've used them before and they're not great. I've actually got replacement pickups for it. I've got an Epiphone set that are, good, so good enough. So I like the ivory. I like the ivory color, but probably keep the plastic trims and just ditch those. Typical electronics. Lots of cheap wiring, cheap little pots, wires. I'll keep that. I'll probably use this because I pick up some cheap guitar in a charity shop or on Gumtree or something at some stage, and I'll just put those in it. Some cheap project toy, um, whatever. They work. These tuners, they're crap. They just rattle, shake, terrible. You don't want to use them. I've actually got a collection of these now from doing these guitars. They've got a box full of them. Again, it's just cheap plastic. I'll replace that probably. Yeah, just cheap. You could weather it, maybe get something like half decent, but I get a 3-ply thing, something nice, more authentic, probably. What else? What next? Yeah, the knobs. I got the switches and everything. It came with the set of pictures I have for this, so this is all by the by. It doesn't really matter. I'll not be using any of this. Just letting you see it. That's junk too. I got the gold top hats. I like these knobs. These are just cheap again. They're light. They're just like painted on the back. They look okay. You could use them, but I don't know. I think that they shouldn't even bother really putting this stuff in the kit because anybody's going to go to the trouble of building these is going to find something better anyway. So you just wouldn't use it. Yeah, this holds on the scratch plate. Junk, bendy pot metal, as they say, just crap. So no, no good. It's mainly just kind of junky. Those strings, I don't know, they could be good, could be bad, and I have no reason to suspect that they're bad, but I'll probably not use them. They seem to be quite heavy. They look like 10, 11s maybe. Not sure. I'll go for 9s, maybe 10s on this. So maybe use them, or use the high E anyway. More wires just hanging about in the package. Yeah, so this is the bridge that comes with it. You've seen this before, cheap Gibson style. You could you could use this if you wanted to. I'm putting a Bigsby on this, so it's all by the by. It doesn't really matter. But this is just another pot metal item, but it's pretty heavy. It's not too bad. You could use it. It wouldn't it wouldn't cause you any trouble. It would be okay. If you're doing a cheap project. Um, this is the main bridge part. Now the thing about these is they have little teeth for your strings to go into. If you don't know, on a Gibson or even an Epiphone, this would be well machined. But on this cheap kit, those are like knife edge. They're sharp, very badly formed. You're going to be breaking strings all over the place. So no good. But as I say, I'm putting a Bigsby on this. I don't care about this. This can go in the bin really, or be kept for some other cheap project or some little thing if I'm ever doing it, or eBay it, whatever. It's junk really. Work, but barely. I will probably keep these and use them. Um, they seem to be okay. All I have to do is hold fast, so yeah, I'll use those probably. So, but it's all going back in the bag because I'm getting a Bigsby, so fine. Yeah, I'm just saying here I'm going to use that, but I won't. I won't be using that because you know Bigsby. So, bye. I'm happy with this kit so far. This was £135, I think. What's if you're in America, whatever, that's probably about $180, something like that. Um, it's all about getting a kit with just some good wood. If the wood's good on it, then you can work with it. All this is just usable but junk. Okay. Now this came. I thought this was a toilet seat cover coming in the post, but it took a minute to figure out what it was, all in its different parts. I noticed it's got polystyrene in it, but when I peeled it back, I saw there was a plywood top on it, which is quite good because that protected it. I was expecting it, half expecting the kit to come and just be broken, smashed, or cracked. But when I saw that, I had a bit more faith. So big reveal, drum roll. Is it one piece? Is it going to be in one piece? Is it going to be cracked? Is it going to be smashed? No, no, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty nice. The wood's nice grain to it. It's maple again, so you know, is what it is. It's pretty good. There's some fissures in it. There's some. It's rough. It needs sand. It needs prepped. It just needs basically done from scratch. You know, the other kit I saw wasn't as heavy as this. This is thicker, heavier. I would say better built. Depends. I feel like you get more of a jangly tone off a lighter ply top, and maybe not. I'm not sure. The problem is with these F-holes, they are too far in, too close into the body, and too far back. So that won't bother me. I don't really mind. This is I'm not making a Gibson copy perfect. These holes again, they are supposed to be up forward with the F holes. They're too far back. That jack hole is all out of whack. These should be more of a diamond pattern, more even. This looks more like maybe a casino or something routing pattern or something in between, and maybe, but it's rough. The neck pocket seems good. The neck pocket itself is okay, but if you look at the neck later on, you'll see the fit on it isn't necessarily great. But this is going to get sanded and filled, polyester probably. I'm going to paint this a pale and blue colour. So even though that grain is nice and it would look great, nicely treated and under a stain, on this occasion I'm just going to do a pale and blue 60s looking thing. That's rough there. Yeah, it's going to get filler, going to get sanded. I'm going to scrape that with a Stanley blade scraper all over, get it flat. There's a lot of tidying up work to do with this. It's not ideal. It's not the greatest. It's pretty ropey, to be fair, but you are getting, a pretty well made, otherwise pretty well made 335 style guitar for your money. It's not too much. It has a fair amount of ring to it. It is thicker than I've seen before. Sort of thicker, chunkier. But it'll be good. It'll come out good once we've worked with it. But you can see it's slightly lopsided as well. If you see here the F-hole to the pickup, and then the other side, it's about 3-4 millimeters out. I think it's noticeable. I have to put the bridge holes in. I don't know. We'll see once I get it done. So maybe the pickup holes out of line. We can maybe fix it a little bit. I'll work it all out later. Not too worried. It wasn't expensive. I intend to work hard on it and put a lot of stuff into it. So let's have a look at the fit of the neck. So what have we got? So it fits in, but it doesn't fit correctly. If you look, you can see around about the butt of the neck heel, where it fits into the section on the guitar is rounded off. So what we need is round off the edges of the neck butt here and fit that in. So I'll just do that by hand with a rasp. I won't even do a very, very fine job on it. I'll just do it roughly and get it in. I'll use glue. What I'll probably do is, I've noticed that it isn't a very tight fit. So I might use Araldite on that, or an epoxy glue. That's going to need filled. That's very bad where the rooters tore that out. So I think we're going to have to get in there, maybe some filler of some type, and fill it out. Again, it's a small problem. I've done this before. I can just get this sorted. Ultimately we'll get a tight fit, tight joint on it, and we'll get it in there. It's heavier than other kits I've seen. It's definitely not light. It doesn't have necessarily that sort of ring to it that some of these kits have, you know. It's more substantial, but that's alright. It's okay. It's getting a paint job anyway. So that's about it.